Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Don't fuck with me right now.
Well, it's the best time of the year, WrestleMania weekend, and a lot has happened. We stood and delivered. We were unbreakable, and maybe even a betrayal or two. But first, we're going to start out with TNA's Unbreakable. Sticks. What was your highlight of the night? What captured Sticks Adams' beer cheese at Unbreakable?
Well, I mean, we got to go with I guess if you want to call it the co-main match, the barbed wire massacre match. I mean, Sammy Callahan. First off, we had two guys who don't like each other, and finally, Santino, the director, he gave in, gave the Death Machine what he wanted, a match that was going to sell it all. And I thought it panned out pretty good. We had some innovation. Um, we had barbed wire door. We had barbed wire, but we had barbed wire doors. We had we had even a little bit of salt in the wounds too, if you wanna go back. I thought it was really nice. I thought it was a really good match. Sam Callahan, innovator, Mance Warner, he's still stepping up as the Southern psychopath. This guy, the work that both these guys did, I like the different things they threw out there. The stapling his tongue to the door, and then Sammy taking a chair and hitting the door off his tongue was great. The setup, I mean, I think they said what had been about, was it been 6 years? Did they say during commentary since we had the last one? I'm trying to remember, a little fuzzy.
Yeah.
So it had been a while since we had one. Nice little reminder. This is the thing that we talk about that is great about TNA. They have different kind of gimmick matches, so it's nice to get a little bit of a, I don't know if you want to call it a palate cleanser, but it's nice to be able to see things outside the spectrum of WWE. I mean, AEW tries to do stuff and they fail on that, but TNA, they do stuff like this. Plus, I liked the significance of just the name of the pay-per-view and the throwback of the pay-per-view. Just to throw that out there, it was a nice little shout out to the triple threat match for the X division of guys that we have seen and who are probably on some people's Mount Rushmores of wrestling. It was the throwback to AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels. So I liked outside of this barbed wire match, I like the throwback to that with a lot of the triple threat matches. But I will get back on track here. My beer cheese match was the barbed wire massacre match.
You know what? I was gonna pick the same match. I mean, but let's give honorable mentions. I mean, we did see Moose's open challenge answered by Scripps. Okay. We saw Tessa and Frankie teaming to take on Henry and Masha. We even got to see Chris Bay make a special appearance. That was pretty cool. Everybody loves Bay. The ultimate finesser walks again. We Bay leave. That was a good moment. But yeah, I mean, Sticks, I can't really pick another match. That took my beer cheese as well. Sammy sporting the Mankind shirt and tie was a nice touch. Nintendo 64 controller and barbed wire was badass. It was brutality. This match getting all elite with all the bloodshed. Sammy with the lemon, that was great. Sammy with the salt, Sammy with the staple gun, staples, Mance to door, then hits it with a chair. Motherfuckers stab each other. Sammy with the barbed wire Sacco, and then a cactus driver for the win. That was for sure the headline of Unbreakable for me because, in all honesty, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but this kind of seemed like they should have just put it on an Impact, like because the matches were like, eh. But then, of course, I think the worth the price of admission was the barbed wire massacre. That probably should have main evented, to be honest with you. That was my beer cheese as well. Caesar, we're talking about TNA Unbreakable. Just give us your beer cheese match of the night.
The main event?
EY versus McLean versus AJ.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really like that barbed wire match.
What?
Thought it was too much.
On a card like this, I think that was the only match that stood out. I mean, because I didn't really even take notes on anything else besides the
It
barbed wire
stood out.
match.
I don't know, it just stood out too much to me. I don't know.
So explain why
Once he stapled that nigga's tongue to the door, I was out.
that was awesome. I like
Like, what are we doing? I was like, what are we doing? We're just doing shit to do shit because everybody's done shit in a match like this. And what are we exactly doing?
I just think it displayed how brutal Sami Callihan can be, and that he felt like he was at home in this. He was most comfortable in this match, especially this match environment, being able to be as violent as he wants to be. Whereas opposed to a regular wrestling match, he gets winded after he fucking does the thumbs up, thumbs down. He's like, hold on, I need a minute. He's like, what's his name? Eating cheeseburgers. Well, who would we make fun of? I forgot.
No, it's always.
I don't know. Anyway, well, then explain why the main event earned your beer cheese, Caesar.
I mean, I was just more entertained with the three styles of the guys wrestling in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta always root for my boy. Money, money, money. Uh yeah. Like the first match, it was EY, what's his name and what's his name? See, I don't even remember who was in the first fucking triple threat match. But it just seemed like it was way more flippy dippy, and then EY sneaks the win. Then you got old McLean. That match was actually pretty good. That match was pretty good as well. The McLean when he won the triple threat. But the way AJ's been coming along, McLean's always goated, and shit, EY been there for nigga 20 years. I mean, if he don't know what to do, nobody does in that fucking company. I just thought it was a way better match. I mean, to me, the wrong person won, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. The wrong person won. But yeah, it just seems like where do these guys go? Like it seems every match they have is just like a brutal match. Like this didn't seem like the blow off. Like they had a street fight like the other time. They
Are you talking about Sammy and Mance?
Yeah, I'm going back to y'all's beer cheese. Yeah, your beer cheese. Like they just keep having these. Like yeah, they had a regular match, but then they keep having these street fights or these, I don't know, just over the top matches. I get it. Like
I would love to see Sammy go after Tessa again. That would be awesome. After that, they need to wash their hands because yeah, like you said, they can't go anywhere from here. Wash their hands of this rivalry. That was it. Let's move on because Styx, like you said, the last barbed wire massacre was like 6 years ago, and that ended a rivalry. This should be like the Hell in the Cell. Okay, rivalry done. Let's move on. Mance, go fuck.
Well, I think it is because I'm pretty sure. And like when Sammy went to Santino, he told him, "This is it. Like, what is it gonna take to end this? Like, what is it gonna take to end this?" And that's when Sammy said, "Give me barbed wire massacre," and then he's like, "All right, it's done." So I think going into this, it was going to be the match that was going to end it to satisfy Sammy after getting all the stuff done to him, like the coffee put in his face, all that stuff. It was going to be like the triple threat.
They don't have to shoot each other if they fight again. It's got to be a 10-point draw, like John Wick style, John Wick 4. They're going to get the deck of cards, and it's going to be like swords or guns.
It's going to be on the indies, and then you're going to have to probably pay like $6.99 to watch that to be able to quit watching wrestling, Caesar.
Caesar ain't going to pay no money, Styx. You know he can just get it free.
Yeah, I'm going to steal that shit off for free. I ain't paying no money for this shit.
All right, we done with the Unbreakable?
Good to see Chris Bay, though. Good to see Chris Bay.
Chris Bay, that was the beer cheese moment of the night, seeing Chris Bay out there. The crowd loves him. Like I said, everybody loves Bay. But now let's move on to Stand and Deliver, NXT's biggest PLE, PPV, whatever the fuck you want to call it, of the year. Was a pre-show match. I didn't even catch it because I caught the tail end. Gigi and Tatum are the new #1 contenders for the women's tag titles. That story continues tomorrow night. North American champion Ricky Saints versus All Ego. Aggressive Ego is standing and delivering. Ricky doing a great job selling. Ego targeting the lower back of Ricky. Ego hit a belly-to-belly suplex, dropping Ricky on the top rope. That was very unique. Ricky got a busted lip in this match, but in the end, it's a spear. It's a Rochambeau. Ricky Saints kicks off stand and deliver with a dub and a retain. I gave it a respectable 5 pretzels. They didn't shake the earth, but Ricky Saints keeps the North American Championship. Cesar?
Yeah.
What did you think of the kickoff to stand and deliver?
Yeah, that was good too. Actually went back and watched the tag match. It was all right. But Tatum and them getting the win. Super good hope for them. Let's see if old Liv and them can hold the belts for more than one day. All right, it's gonna be funny if they lose again. That shit would be fucking hilarious. But no, I thought it was a real good match to start off. Nothing too crazy, but something clean and classic. I gave it like 5 pretzels as well. Ricky Saints gets the dub. I mean, people are calling for Ego to go up. I mean, he's already won the title. He's putting people over. I mean, he don't really, he's been wrestling for I don't know how long. He don't really need to be there. But if they're getting rid of a bunch of people, I don't know if Trick and them, Roxanne, all them going up. Maybe Ego still need to be there for a while till they get some of these other motherfuckers in here and build them up as well. But yeah, it was a good, clean match, good, clean fun.
That's 5 from Mangria, 5 from Cesar. But Sticks, this is your boy, All Ego, kicking off the pay-per-view for the North American Championship. What did you think of the kickoff of Stand and Deliver?
I thought this was a really good match. I thought this was a hell of a way to start out. The physicality, like you talked about, that All Ego brought, like an aggressive All Ego, is something we need to see more of, because he'd been on this thing of like, where do I go? What do I do? I lost my smile. But then he started snatching other people's smiles. Like he found a purpose. And like Booker T talked about, he wanted to be the first guy to face Ricky Saints and his first title defense. I mean, that's always the one. You always kind of want to be the first guy, because if the guy's going to slip up, that's going to be the time he's going to do it before he starts getting traction as champion. And I thought it was a great match. These guys, the chemistry these guys had was good. The back and forth with them, the crowd was in it. I mean, at one point the crowd started chanting "Tony fumbled," so that was great. I mean, we've talked about this, how especially with these two guys, but with other former AEW talents, they get the spotlight put on them. They get a little bit more extra TV time than what they've got. They show up and they show out, and it shows Tony Khan, you kind of fucked up. But I thought it was a hell of a banger. I gave it 6 in the salt.
Plus, All Ego will be fine. He's got a championship match at Rebellion, so it's not all bad for All Ego. Up next for the NXT Tag Team Championships, the greatest tag team on planet Earth, the Fast and the Fraserists, versus Hank and Tank. Looking at this on paper, I'm like, this is the best they got for the best tag team on planet Earth. Oh, this is gonna be a layup for old Fast and the Fraserists here. I had no faith in Hank and Tank heading into this, but wow, what a performance here. They hung in with Fast and the Fraserists. Hank's fat ass really did a suicide dive, an actual suicide dive. Motherfucker landed flat on the announcer's table. It didn't move for an hour. The crowd is hot for this. These dad bod having honkies shocked the world and defeated the best tag team on planet Earth. They earned my respect in this match. They did. They hung in there. This will probably be the best match they'll ever have. And of course, it's the Fraxium who gave it to them. And new tag team champions, Hank and Tank. I gave this 6 pretzels with the mustard. Sticks, go ahead and tell us your thoughts on this as well. And then if you can, throw it to Cesar after you're done, because I got to handle a little bit of business.
Yeah, like Mingria said, when you saw this on paper, and then just also seeing watching kind of the last month and a half of what Hank and Tank had been doing, I saw this on paper and I was just like, I mean, they're a nice little tag team to get behind. Like they're the ones the fans obviously are behind, but it's just like they haven't put it together. They got that dub to be able to get this match, but it's just like we've seen a tag team get a dub and then get squashed. Fraxium, for a tag team that was thrown together, has been one of the best tag teams that has been in pro wrestling for the last couple of years. I mean, these guys have overcome a lot. We have talked about how there's always been a moment here or there where they haven't been on the same page, but they've always been able to overcome. We didn't really even get that in this match. Like we've always kind of got that. We didn't get that in this match. For I'll be honest, when I saw this, I just can't get behind Hank and Tank. With that being said, I'm not going to take anything away with the performance that they put in this match. Like Mangria said, this will probably be the best tag match that they'll have in their WWE career. And to have it on the biggest stage for NXT against possibly one of the best, if not the best tag teams in NXT, when you go out there and if you're going to have your best performance, you need to do it there. I gave this 6 in the salty mustard. I thought this was a good back and forth. Hank and Tank, these guys went out there. They showed a hell of a lot of fluidity. These guys showed that they wanted it. Like these guys, they showed me something in this match. Like they showed me that they really wanted this. All the talk they had talked about for the last month, 2 months of wanting to be in this spot, but also being able to be in this spot and be able to perform. They did it. And it's going to be interesting to see where Fraxium goes after this. Like, do they stay together as a tag team? Do they get called up as a tag team? Do both these guys, do they end up splitting and go their separate ways? It's very interesting with where they will go and with what either the cross-eyed kid will have for them or what Trips will have for him. But I thought it was a good tag team match. And Hank and Tank came out on top. And I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this, Cesar.
I thought this was a really good match. I thought this was a really good match. I don't know what y'all niggas was watching, but if you didn't get impressed by that run on Thursday, how did you think this was going to be some trash? On Saturday. We all know Fast and Frazier is the GOATs of NXT.
Oh yeah, but until Hank and Tank won that match to get this, they have been losing matches. Like they have lost
right, yeah,
a bunch of tag team matches, and they were like, I don't, and it's just probably just me. I just can't get behind both these guys, and that's nothing against them. Like that's not to say that they can't go out there and put a performance like they did here. I just, as a wrestling fan, I just can't get behind them. But I digress.
No, yeah. It's I'm just saying, like, I didn't think it was going to be such slight work from what they put on Tuesday. And yeah, they're bigger dudes. And I think it's a better story that, like, the two bigger guys in the match are the underdogs against two small guys. Because even though Fraxium had the titles, when they were fighting, like, Brinson and that ancient Chinese secret nigga, I mean, you're like, oh man, these guys are going, like, Brinson can go. China nigga's been chopping the shit out of people. Like, this might be like a hard fight. You know what I'm saying? When they're fighting anybody else, they're usually the smaller guys, and the smaller guys got to be the underdog to get the dubs. But these guys were cooking on oral syllables. And yeah, they even said it in a promo later. He's like, in a match where they didn't make a mistake. Like, they usually cross each other once a match, even though they've been together for a while. Now, did I think Hank and Tank had a chance to win? No. I thought this was going to be Hank and Tank's breakout moment, which technically it still is. I think this was going to be where people actually take them seriously, well, which you kind of have to. I didn't pick them getting the dub. I was shocked. But I thought this was a great match. So I gave it 7 in the mustard. Just because of the shock value at the end, the fact that Fasting and Frazier didn't make the mistake, and the fact that it seemed funny, like Nathan Frazier was the one not taking it seriously, and he was the one that got pinned in the match. So I thought it was great storytelling and shit there as well. Axiom, was handshaking him, taking him seriously. Like, yo, dude, these motherfuckers ran through 5 other crackers. I don't care if it was 2 roll-ups. They had to get through 5 other teams to get here, coming off a losing streak and cooked. So yeah, no, we got to take him as a threat because you once you start looking past people, that's when your country ass will lose. So I thought this was a really good match. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and for the shock value, I gave him a little extra. So yeah, let's see how they're gonna roll with Hank and Tank. Cause the crowd was hot for him. The crowd's hot for both these teams. But once when they got their little moves where they do the fuck shit in the corners, they're like rah rah. The crowd was hyped for that shit. So anytime the crowd's behind it, well, man, this ain't main roster. We know the NXT crowd. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna get behind some bullshit, but they'll get behind some fuckery. And anytime there's some good fuckery in the ring, with 4 guys who came in here and showed up and showed out. Yeah, that nigga dived. That nigga ate that table. That nigga ate that fucking table. Book Corey and them was like, oh god damn. He had some flight with that, man. His big ass did not just sink. He had to fly to get to that table and ate that shit dead ass. So shout out to Hank on that shit. And the jerseys were tough too. They had the new jerseys, they were ready for stand and deliver. And that's what they did. Well, I mean, they walked their fat ass out there and delivered. They didn't, that nigga was asleep on that fucking table. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed this match. It was great to me. It was great.
And it's better than last year because last year they were standing in catering. Up next for the Women's North American Championship, it's a ladder match. We had Thea Hale, Sol Ruka, Zarya Kalani, Lola Vice, and Izzy Dame. Insanity. These ladies fucked each other up. We got Kalani doing the splits in midair. Book almost getting hit with a ladder. Zarya, Lola in the face with a ladder. Book still hating on Chase U. Thea a little hottie. She a little hottie.
Hottie with a body.
Crowd is fully behind her here. Zarya launches Thea off the top of the ladder as she falls onto the Coling, who came outside the ring. We finally get a showdown between Sol and Zarya at the top of the ladder. Sol Ruka will have her highlights played forever as she hit a motherfucker of a soul snatcher off the ladder to Izzy. Snatches Thea's and Lola's soul as well. I gotta give an honorable mention to Izzy Dame because
you damn right, Sacred. I was hoping you was gonna say it, nigga.
I didn't think shit of Izzy heading into this. I didn't care. She's with the Coling. That means she needs help. This was a breakout moment for Izzy Dame being this aggressive. She caught my eye. Way to go, Izzy. I hope we get more of you in the future. And new North American champion, the woman who's been snatching souls for years, put all the hard work to come back after that injury, tagging with Zarya. She is now your new women's North American champion. I gave this 7 solid pretzel, Cesar. What did you think of this ladder match?
This match cooked as well. Shit was really good. Yeah. Shout out to Izzy Dame. Came out here, showed her ass. We know the rest of these women can do some things in that ring. I mean, even Miss Thea's had a couple women's titles matches where she looked good. Kaylani was the first champ. We know she looks good. Was that a ladder match as well? And didn't she throw Soul off to win that? Or was it a multi? I can't remember how she won it, but I want to say she beat Soul at one point, she pinned Soul, I think, to win that match. Maybe it was like a 4-way or a 5-way or some shit like that. Anyway, I digress. Kaylani always looks good. We all know Miss Lola Vice can do whatever the fuck she want. You know what I'm saying? Shake her ass out there, get some emotes. And then Zara, that big bitch, was going big bitch all over this shit. And big bitch she did. Yeah, throwing crazy ass Thea over there. Um, she ate some ladder as well. You know, usually a person who was getting the most dangerous spots is the person that I picked to win. Um, and this was definitely Zarya. She put the ladder on the dome and hit some bitches with it. Yeah, throwing her and Izzy got some good shots in, some boots and some lariats and good shit like that. And then she ate that top of the ladder spot when Soul flipped her crazy ass off the top. Thought they was gonna make out for 2 minutes. Because they were just up there on that ladder filling each other up. I mean, I was getting excited. You know, it was a ladder in the ring. It's dangerous. You know, two bitches making out. You know, I was like,
We had a ladder and possibly a scissor
that's what
too,
I'm saying.
maybe.
Then I was definitely getting rocked. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely man the shit. And so yeah, Miss Soul is definitely deserving. Phenomenal match. All these ladies showed up and show out. All of them should be proud about that shit. So two-time champion. They don't say the speed champion's real. It's still real to me, damn it. Wrestling is real. Get one of them shirts. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave this also 7 in the mustard. It was really, really up there for me. Um it's just that, you know, there's a couple of matches that just cooked a little bit harder than this one. We can probably all agree. But this was definitely a phenomenal match. Number one women's division for a goddamn reason. Okay. I don't care what nobody say. I know there's probably gonna be some call-ups coming up here soon, but number one for a goddamn reason.
Sticks, I'm usually, the discoloration nation is always on point, always watching. At the beginning of this match, Thea Hale came out. She got into the ring and the screen went black. Now, I, of course, did my due diligence and went all over Twitter searching.
Yep. There you
Was
were.
this a nip slip? Was this a camera thing? Sticks, what the fuck happened with Thea Hale and her small titties? And what did you think of this match?
I have no idea. I mean, the only thing I know is that when Lola Vice came out, Thea Hale was starting to shake her little Cholula green in the background. So I'll say that. This women's division, I mean, when they throw these ladies in a ladder match, I don't know the last time that they've disappointed. I mean, these women, in just a regular match, these women are going to go out there and give you everything they got. But in a ladder match, it seems like you get all they got, and then they ratchet it up another level. And this match was just that. I mean, like you said, Izzy Dame, she got Braun braked off on this match. I mean, she stepped up and showed out. Like, this is a career-defining match. Like, after this is what puts you on the map. This is what you need to do to be at the eyeballs of people that watch wrestling, like us fans. And now that you have that, take this momentum and go with it. Like, be the standout of the calling. Like, Shawn Spears put them all together to be able to elevate them. This match elevated you. Now, don't disappoint. Like, take this and run. Like, become the next North American champion, or if you don't, like, take this and go challenge for the NXT Women's Championship. Like, this is one of those that puts you on the map, and this is what you got to do to be able to stay relevant. And she has become relevant after this match. It was chaos. It was like a ladder match. We had Soul snatching. We had at one point where Lola was Cholula greening chicks in 3 corners. I mean, this was just unbelievable. The back and forth when we had Zarya and Soul at the top of the ladder, where a decision was made, and it was made by Soul. Like, you would have thought the hard pressed Amazonian kill shot Zarya, you would have thought she would have been the one, but Soul's the one to start throwing hands. This was a great thing for Sol Ruca. Like we had talked about, she had moments, but she just couldn't get over the hump. Like there was just something there that she couldn't do it. This was finally that time. Like they had said, like we had talked about, like they had said she won the speed championship, and then I think it was Corey Graves talking about. Not only did she win the championship, but she capitalized on that and became the women's North American champion. But this ladder match was great. I gave it 7 in the salty mustard. I thought this was a banger of a ladder match, and they finally are putting the rocket on Soul. Now let's hope she's durable enough to be able to go on that trip, because if she is, the sky's the limit for this woman. Like, this chick is a superstar. Like, there, like, she's already kind of hovering, like she's already kind of there. We need one more match to get her there, and then she'll be killing it.
So the previous match, I gave an honorable mention to Izzy Dame. I got to do it again with this match, fellas. The D'Angelo family versus Dark State. You know my thoughts on Dark State. You know I'm a hater. But my God, did Dion Lennox shut my fucking mouth up?
You know, you've been getting shitted on this whole pay-per-view.
Shit. Dion Lennox brutalizing Luca on the outside, even shifting the fucking announcer's table while throwing fucking Luca into it. Book's like, oh shit. Shoving his own teammates, even. It's like, fuck, this dude wants to stand out, and he stood out. Tony staring daggers at Stax because Stax tagged himself in. He got the tag instead of Stax got the tag instead of Tony, so he was pissed. Are we getting a stand and deliver spatula from old Tony D? Luca and Sugars do my least favorite move in professional wrestling, the suicide suplex over the top rope. Please stop doing that. Cutler James is the Dark State guy on the outside. Of course, he's interfering, but here comes the flying squirrel Rizzo taking him out. Stax and Tony bicker over using crowbars. Tony didn't spatula. Stax did. Dick Kicker Jones over here cost the family the match. Dark State win, but the story here is fuck you, Stax. I mean, that was what the crowd said, but I think the D'Angelo family desperately needed a new direction to go in because it was getting stale. And now we can get Tony D versus Stax, because I don't see, no disrespect, I don't see either of them moving up. I don't think this is a main roster gimmick. If they go to the main roster, we're gonna see another Max Dupree come out of this fucking Tony D situation. I don't think Tony D could work on the main roster. Of course, I'll go back to this a year from now when he debuts and wins the fucking Intercontinental Championship. But I digress. I gave this
we can go back 6 years when you said the character won't work at all.
It shouldn't have, but it did. 6 pretzels from me. Like I said, big ups to Dion Lennox. Sticks, what did you think of this shit?
I thought it was a good match. They're hyping up Dark State. So we got that going on there. Like you said, Dion Lennox, like they talked about how he was a loose cannon of the group, which is kind of weird because when we originally saw him, he was the smart bookie.
He was Urkel.
Yeah, he was the caring guy, and then all of a sudden something just changed. Like either it was a match or an encounter backstage, something changed and it flipped him. Now he's a loose cannon. Like you said, he's getting in fights with the other members. So I mean, we're gonna see a lot of Dark State for at least the next couple of months because they're pushing these guys. On the D'Angelo family, like you said, they were kind of just treading water. Like there was little hints there. Like Stax was trying to go from the underboss to like trying to become the boss, and he was swinging and missing on a lot of things. But Tony D, as the head of the family, he's being like, I think he remembered all the things that Stax did for him and did while he was in prison. So he's just kind of like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. You learn from this. But then it all started coming to a head in this match. Like it started all like Tony D, it all just finally started hitting him. And he's just kind of like, wait a minute. You do know I'm the head of this family, right? It's the D'Angelo family, not the Stax family. You know, you follow line. You know, you take your leads from me. and Stacks was trying to go up, and he kept just trying to, like, I don't know if you want to say keep showing to Tony D that he could be like a leader. And Tony D didn't need another guy that could be a leader, because he's the leader. He needed a good right-hand man, a good guy that would carry out the orders. With that being said, I thought this was 5 in the salt. This is a good story. Like you said, we needed something for the D'Angelo family. Now we got it. Stacks stepped out of line. He dick kicked Jones, Tony D. So now we're gonna see where that goes. There's a little bit of a thing backstage when Stacks are trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. I'm telling Luca, keep the phone close. I'll get a hold of you. So we kind of got that. Like, where's Luca's alliance gonna be? Like, where's the lawyer? Where's the legality guy?
Wherever the money's coming from.
Yeah. The Stacks have stacks. Is he gonna be able to prove that he's been doing this? Unlike you, I think Tony D could tread some water on the main roster. I think when healthy, I think he's a serviceable, good wrestler. His like the promos backstage, they're gonna like the NXT promos to main roster ones are different because they actually put a little bit more theatrics into the promos on NXT than they do onto to the main roster, especially if it comes to people that are like mid cards. And I mean, I'll be interested to see if Cross-Eyed Kid and the guy and the backstage people think that Tony D could be a NXT heavyweight champion, or if they see him as a guy that could be multiple time either North American champion or somebody that, if does get called up, would be a Intercontinental United States champion. But I thought it was a solid match. And now we have some direction for the Tony D family at the time, if there will still be a family in the next couple of weeks. But with that being said, 5 in the salt.
These are the D'Angelo family. Has some turmoil. Stacks, aka Dick Kicker Jones. Dion Lennox showing up, standing tall.
Showing up.
What did you think of this crazy ass match?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. Good storytelling. I don't see why Tony can't work on the main roster. Like, if you take away the Don part, if it's just like him, if they just say Tony D'Angelo and he comes out wrestling in the swimsuit, in the slacks, not slacks, the sweatsuits and whatnot, and he's obviously going to dress the part backstage with the suits. He can obviously have vignettes. He can also sit down with people. You can't tell me he's not a SmackDown guy. This is a SmackDown guy written all over it. He's going to go over there with all the motherfuckers he done been wrestled in NXT. Mello,
only Santos Escobar am I interested in seeing him interact with. Other than that, he's gonna get Cameron Grimes.
No, because Cameron Grimes shit was dumb.
No, so is Tony D.
Yeah. It's not dumb.
What do you think? What do you think of the match?
It works. It worked. He's the only man to beat Oba, so it works.
It took his whole family to do it.
Nigga still gotta win. Nobody else gotta win.
Tony D himself couldn't have done it.
So I digress. No, the match was pretty good. Yeah. Dark State showing up, showing out. They finally put in some work. Even impressed old hater ass Sangria, who hates on everybody. But I mean, you know what? It's kind of funny. Everybody you do like, them niggas keep getting fired, but everybody else sticks around. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Yeah, where is old Cameron Grimes?
Don't you put that hate on Ray Phoenix?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that nigga already injured. He probably slipped on a step going to his hotel room after losing.
Hey, at least he got his mania moment.
Yeah, he got his mania moment in the hell and slipped on a taco and catering with large coffee, trying to get the rematch. Fucking niggas at Chipotle in a wheelchair trying to get a burrito. I digress though. That shit was like 6 in the salt. Yeah, let's see where the story's going. I think they're gonna call up Tony D. Now, whether he stays Tony D or not, yeah, that's whatever. He's been down there for a while. He's done everything down there. Uh, yeah, Sangria gonna be mad when he beats Jacob Fatu for that
Get
United
out of
States
here.
Championship.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Tony gonna call up just a whole bunch of Italians and they gonna get real racist on SmackDown.
Yeah, Bronx Tail.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You give her the
survived
Mario
nothing
test. You give her the Mario test. Yeah, Tony D's gonna. Yeah, Tony. Nah, they're gonna show up in New York and like the fans are gonna be like Tony D out, bro. He's gonna have like 8,000 shirts in the crowd. It's gonna be stupid. But yeah, let's see where it goes. What Stack's talking about. Whether Stacks leaves the family or Tony leaves the family. Yeah, if Tony leaves the family, what the fuck they gonna call themselves? The Stacks family? I mean, nigga, I don't know. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. But yeah, overall good match. Yeah.
Well, up next for the NXT Women's Championship, defending champion Stephanie Vacuur versus Jordan Grace versus Miss Pac.
Miss Parker. Miss
Julia.
Parker.
Cameraman is standing and delivering some great ass shots here. I thought it was funny during the match. The crowd was hot and chanting women's wrestling. And as they chanted that, the ladies got sloppy as fuck and started botching. I thought that was hilarious. A great assisted double blockbuster involving all 4 women. Jordan German suplex Miss Paca, who also hit a Northern Light suplex at Julia. A triple stacked donk drop by Miss Paca. All 4 women get tied up in submissions at the same time. All 3 ladies got the devil's kiss. The crowd had the the flame sign. That was fucking awesome. The crowd cheers for Booker T afterwards. Awesome. Stephanie hits her finisher on Miss Paca for the win and retain 7 pretzels. What did you think, Cesar? Stephanie retains and shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, no, this was good. This was super good. La Primera, keeping the title. I don't know, me personally, this could have went back to Julia for all I cared. I mean, they're both super great. Julia didn't get the run that she deserved. I don't know why. Maybe they got a fear that they got a fear she got that soul disease because remember she was supposed to come in way earlier and got injured, and then they still gave it to her to get it off Roxanne, but then Miss Valcour started doing work, doing dirt. She's very marketable. She got the ass shots, book cooning at the desk. Damn, he cooned about something else earlier that I thought was funny. It was him and Corey Graves cooning about something. I thought was funny. He called him gravy, so I knew he was laughing. Oh, it was the Cholula Green. It was like, now we in Vegas. There's extra Cholula Green at all the buffets in the hotel book. And then he was like, that's why I like you, gravy. Some fuck shit like that. Because Lola Vice was throwing ass shots to everybody in the ladder match. But Book was hype when he saw the first one, and then he saw the second one.
No,
then
wait. Well, hold on. I apologize for interrupting. Remember, she kept trying to do it and got interrupted, and the crowd's like,
kept getting reversed. Yeah. Crowd was booing.
Finally did it. She did it 3 fucking times.
Crowd was booing because she tried on everybody's, I think, at separate times, and they all reversed it. And yeah, they all booed. And then she finally got that shit. Crowd was hot. And then she was giving 5s and then gave a 10 to whoever was third. And the crowd was super hot. And then she always looks over at Book. And he had that cigarette ready. It was probably a joint because it was 419, and that nigga was already like got his pants off, and Gravy's like, "What the fuck? This Hall of Fame penis out of here! I didn't sign up for this." And then old Sheriff with Book was sleep at the Hall of Fame because he was like, "Fuck it, let me get some good rest," because he on the couch anyway. Because Queen Charmel watched Stand and Deliver, watching this nigga get off to this Mexican Chilean goddess, if you will. No, but this match was super great. All 4 of these ladies showed off. Looked like Jada got a little injured near the end. like even Stephanie had a hard time. Like I guess Jada couldn't push off the leg. She was limping, and I think that's what caused the first time she tried to pick her up for the pin. Like Jada couldn't push off the leg probably as much. Jordan Jordan's a professional. She looked great. Julia's a professional. She looked great. Um, so honestly, even if you want to say this was not a coming out party for Ms. Parker, but to hang to the caliber as being the most least experienced person in the ring, and to hang in the caliber as these three other women who've been doing it everywhere around the world, and then coming in and crushing it like this. Now, this was a phenomenal match. This almost got the beer cheese for me, but I thought another match was slightly better. But this was like the second best match of the night for that. It got 8 pretzels flat out of me.
You know, Sticks, I got to give it up to Miss Parker. For a woman who had her asshole flashed on live TV. She still got the confidence, and they got confidence in her, putting her ass in the main event.
Same suit.
What an opportunity for old Miss Parker.
Didn't even make her wear pants.
To
Didn't even
shine with the rest of the women in this championship match. Sticks, what did you think?
Great promo by her,
I'll
by
keep
the
it
way.
short
On
and sweet.
Tuesday.
I'll keep it short and sweet. Like you guys just said, we have 3 women that are well-traveled, worldwide, ultimate professionals, and Miss Parker showing you that a homegrown talent can hang with these chicks. This woman is, when given all the opportunities, she is taking advantage of it. And this is one of those that showed you that she can hang with any woman that they throw her in with. And this is one of those, I don't know if you want to say it's a career defining, but it's also one of those, but it shows you that you can throw her with anybody and be like, we ain't got no worries, because this woman has momentum. Like the groundswell for this woman is there. The crowd is behind her. The work is there. This is one of those moments that you can look back and say, okay, we can trust Miss Parker. We can trust her with anybody, and she going before. With that being said, I gave it 7 straight pretzels. All 4 of these women showed up, showed out. This is a great women's championship match. All the people, all the women, all the ingredients inside there was one that you could be like, this could be a great match, and it was a great match. I mean, these women, this was another match that showed you why this division is so deep and why these women can show up and show out. And in the co-main spot, these chicks did.
See, I think Lola Vice is who they had last year in this spot.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had that feud with Jada. And now they're pushing Jada, but they're still forgetting about Lola. I mean, they put her in the tag match, but Lola ain't getting as much TV time as, like, let's say Miss Parker gets. But after they had their feud and they picked, it's like they picked Miss Parker over that. But like you can't say that these broads coming up, man, these homegrown talents like Lola, Jada, like these broads ain't fucking killing it every week, man. Like hell, I think it was like they had that idea with Soul 2 years ago before she got injured. You know, it's like Soul was really, really good picking up dubs. Then they had Lola in that spot because they already picked Kalani over all of them. That's why she won the title. But then you still got those veterans down there like Fallon and JC. I think it's too much talent and just not enough time, which is why some days there's 3 women's matches, why some days there's 2 women matches.
And the thing of it is, WWE as a whole has a lot of belts and opportunities for women that if you have any questions, but you see the glimmer of like talent and hope, you could put like a mid-card child, like with Lola, like you says with Lola. If you have questions, you could put her in that North American Championship like mix, and if you have her, put it on her. Give her a month, 2 months, 3 months run, and if she hits it out of the park, then you can look at her and say, okay, you can be a women's champion. If she falls flat, then you can say, okay, you're going to be a mid-card woman. And there ain't nothing wrong with that because there are so many championships and so many opportunities in WWE that these girls can still show out and give you matches that show them, okay, you're a viable woman. You're a woman that could be in any kind of women's championship match or any kind of women's title hunt.
Fellas, I know it's April, but boy, did this main event make it February.
Here we go.
For the NXT Championship, it was the ruler of NXT, Oba Femi, dun, 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 versus Trick Willie versus the OG. That boy be bouncy.
That boy bouncy.
Devon Evans, who's only 20 years old. Man, when I was 20, I wasn't doing shit. This kid almost become champion. And the main event of a pay-per-view, hey, Cesar, no bread, no water, just me.
Well, except for Javon Evans' skinny ass who looked like he need a couple sandwiches. But other than that, me.
Well, he's a Slim Jim. This the blackest pay-per-view main event ever. Even the ref is black. The match is fire.
They should have called this Dark State.
Renamed the pay-per-view.
Should have called this NXT Solar Eclipsed.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is on point. Oba double stack Samoan drop both these fools. Trick tosses Javon into the bottom rope, which he then launches himself into a moonsault, taking out Trick. All of this was on the outside of the ring. Yep. Javon actually body slams Oba. Trick took out the ref. Trick bookends Oba through the announcer's table. Trick knee to Javon. The ref struggles to get back into the ring. Oba holds the ref, but the fucking ref kicked Oba off. Now, that's a black.
What the shit?
Black ref would only do. Nobody else would fucking do that.
Yeah. If it was a white Mexican or anybody else ref,
they'd be crippled.
We literally had not only in the match, but we literally had black on black violence when the ref finally said, "Fuck this shit! I got a job to do. I got to collect my paycheck."
Hell of a match. Oba sit down power bombs Javon to retain, and of course there were many other spots. I was having fun watching this. Like I said, I never seen a ref kick the guy to go fucking pit that. Like I love this triple threat match. I told you guys I love triple threat matches. They're so unpredictable. I did want Javon to take it. I know he's young, but he could have had that record, youngest champ all time. He still could do it, but I'm just saying this was for sure my beer cheese match of the night. I gave it 8 pretzels. I loved it. I fucking loved it. This is a great main event. Made up for last year when fucking the Dragon Zord took on Tony D. But I digress. This was my beer cheese match of the night.
Main event last year?
Yes, it was. Well, it was Trick and Mello in a steel cage, but the championship match was Dragon Zord versus but Sticks, the main event, the Februariest match of the year. What did you think? Stand and deliver.
Oh yeah, this was not only main event worthy, but this is beer cheese worthy. 8 in the beer cheese. I think this was a
match of the year.
I think this is a career-defining moment for Javon because he went on a run during this match. I was just like, okay, this guy is a viable contender that could dethrone Oba, like one-on-one. Like you said, he picked that dude up and body slammed him. But this guy, the moves that he could do just out of nowhere showed it. And I'll give a little bit of appreciation to Trick. Like Trick had a couple moments in this match where like, okay, like they said, like is when Javon went for a move and he like jumped and spun. Like they were like, okay, this is a different kind of Trick. Like we're peeling back the onion of Trick Williams that shows that he can evolve. Now that being said, I think Trick Williams, I don't know if he's gonna make it on the main roster, but I digress. This match with all 3 of these guys was great. Like Oba survived this match. And this match was, like I said, a career-defining moment for Javon. It showed why this guy's worth the hype and why this guy could become NXT champion and go on anywhere from a 3 to almost 12-month run as NXT champion because he can work with anybody. With that being said, Javon can work with anybody too. We've talked about this numerous times. I would not be surprised if this guy gets called up sooner than later. This guy has all the potential in the world, but I personally think this was a career-defining moment for Javon, and I think this match was main event worthy. And this match was beer cheese. I mean, this was the beer cheese, and these guys showed up and showed out.
I think for sure Trick Williams will work on the main roster as long as they stick him with Carmelo, just like Johnny and Tommaso are on the main roster and they're together. I think that's the same way. They put the work in as a tag team, and hopefully eventually they can split them up. But Cesar, the main event of Stand and Deliver.
You talking about the Nigage de Trois? You talking about the dark on dark?
Oh my God, how am I gonna spell that?
Yeah, that's the Nigage de Trois.
You go with the Ninjaguatoa.
Yeah, you nigga, you like you said it yourself. This was nigga on nigga on nigga with the nigga ref and Booker T on commentary. Jesus Christ.
This is that dark. This was the dark chocolate match, baby.
Yeah, girl. This shit was like 12:45 a.m. Nigga, this shit was dark. Okay. This shit was like Whoopi Goldberg's teeth. Did you really ask Google Menage a Trois? Nigga, we can see you. I don't care if you mute it. Nigga, we can see you. And now you're trying to explain it? Take yourself off mute. Take yourself off mute.
How do you spell? Okay, Menage is Menagage. So this would be
Yes.
Nigage.
Well, it'd be Niggage. But the last E has the apostrophe.
I don't know about 2 G's.
Yeah. I'm surprised you spelled it with 1 G. Because spelling it's just like saying it.
G's? We had 4 G's in the match, and 5 of you want to call fucking book. What are we talking about?
Man's got a point. Well, the last E has that weird French apostrophe over it. So, yeah. I mean, if you want to spell it out like that, yeah.
Try and guess a Menage a Trois. Spell a trois, Cesar.
Probably like AUTROS.
It's fucked up. It's the A with the thing on top.
With the shit on top.
TROIS.
Oh, TROIS? I was close.
Fucking
I ain't take French. Nigga, I took Spanish.
Fucking French.
And then, just because the Spanish teacher was hot. Anyway, I digress.
Cesar knows. The Spanish bitches are hotter than them fucking French bitches.
Yeah, Cholula Green, daddy. Well, them French bitches just fucking, but they don't wash their ass right, Anyway, I digress.
And they got hairy armpits too.
And hairy armpits and cooch, man. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Anyway, this match was great. It was phenomenal. Every single person got their shit in, no matter what. Yeah, the ref kicking. All right, Trick knocking out the ref is totally fine, but then when you get the upper hand, you should have went out there to wake up the dead ref, to get him in the ring, to count to 3. Come on, son. You should know that as a double champ. You should have that kind of experience. Then the ref kicking Oba off. The ref kicking Oba off was like, Jesus Christ, this nigga can take 18 finishers, but can't take 2 feats from the ref. The only part that pissed me off is when Javon was super cooking, hit that nigga with the cutter, actually picked him up and slammed him, and then hit him with like the cutter again, like so back to back. I was like, come on, bro. That's 2 in a row. That's 2 a slam, which you don't get slammed, especially by a nigga 1/3 your size. So he gonna have back problems when he's 40 because he's using that 20 man strength, that young back, not bending with his knees. You know what I'm saying? And then hit him with the cutter again and dropped him, or hit him with the double cutter and then hit him with a cutter. And I was just like, bro, no. Like, I get it, you Obafemi, but like, This is where I agree with the Undertaker sometimes, where they just like they spam and finish. Only certain guys should have to spam finishers, and that's John Cena, that's Roman Reigns, and that's Cody Rhodes, because that's all them niggas got. That's all them niggas got. We always know Cody wins with the 3 crossroads. Okay, we know John Cena. Everybody's kicked out of an AA since he was like 12 years into the business. Okay, totally fine.
Can I nominate Gunther too for that? He's got the power bomb. He's got the clothesline. He's got the big splash.
But see, that's 3 different ways he's beat people.
Oh, you mean the same move over and over and over?
Yeah. Like he doesn't powerbomb niggas 8 times.
Okay.
Usually, if anything, he power bombs you, then hits you with the big splash, and then you're done.
And then he's got to choke you out. Yeah, he's got to choke you out.
Then he could choke you out. Just the same with John Cena. He can win with an STFU, but when he does an AA to an STFU, you usually don't get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like the Young Cucks with super kicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now everybody got one, so it ain't shit unless Sean's throwing it. You know? And I get it, he's a big dude and whatever, and he's the NXT champ. They shouldn't have just done that. Like, it should have been like the slam and the cutter, because he hit one earlier, and I get it when you're hitting it earlier while the guys are fresher. Yeah, they have the opportunity to kick out. But when he spammed it like twice like that and got it clean and good both times, and he's like, no, I'm dropping you over. I dropped your ass. And like he keeps doing it. Because I remember he was this close to beating Oba in that fucking whatever that match is called. And this is how Oba started his reign. The fucking, what is it? The shit where you go in the prison cell for 2 minutes.
Deadline?
No, yeah, but what's the match called? Iron Survivor. Remember, he was that close to, because he hit him with the cutter and it got to 2 and then the time ran out. So, like, nothing's changed because Oba hasn't got more experience because he's just been steamrolling niggas. So, in theory, Javon has fought a legend like Randy Orton. He's fighting like a champion like Ego Page. He's learning on the way and improving because he's young, while Oba's just been beating the dog shit out of people. Like, it should be more respected that when he hits him and then hits him again, like, he shouldn't kick out, or like Trick should have saved the second one, you know, versus like, yeah, the first one he did kick out, but if he spammed it, like slammed him and then spammed it again, that should have been a save to save that moment to make Javon look better. Not to say that he didn't look bad. He fucking looked the best out of all 3.
Was it still beer cheese worthy?
Oh, fuck yeah, man. Come on. That's just my only like nitpick about the match. The rest of the match was fucking phenomenal. This is 8 in the beer cheese for me. The crowd was hype. The crowd was hyped for damn near anybody. I was hyped for damn near anybody. I mean, yeah, it'd have been cool if Javon won. If Trick would have won, then I know like Trick's not getting called up anytime soon. I'd have been, oh, he's fitting to hold on to this for a minute. Because I don't think he's gotten a stand and deliver. Like, yeah, he beat Mello, but I don't think he's gotten a champion. Has he gotten a championship stand and deliver moment? No, because yeah, he beat Dragunov. It wasn't at stand and deliver, it was something else. So yeah, he hasn't gotten a stand and deliver like championship moment for being a 2-time champion. So Trick could have got it. I would have been fine with that because Crash Out heel Trick with the title, like he was just gonna talk mad shit, and I'm here for that as well.
Well, real talk. I think Oba and Trick are ready to go up. I think they're both ready to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Oba's gonna lose to somebody, and then Oba is going on up, probably to Raw. We'll see what happens.
Oba's definitely going to Raw because I mean,
can I ask you guys something?
We gotta get Raw. We gotta get Raw Braun Breaker. That's it. I need Oba Braun Breaker.
Can I ask you guys something? Me and the old lady, we're trying to figure this out. Who do you think is the person that's going to beat Oba for that NXT championship in a one-on-one match?
It would you know what? If they're thinking of the future of NXT, they want some excitement. We got to get a story. We got to get a program where Javon earns it. And the finisher, Cesar has been talking about cutters and finishers this whole time, which got my wheels turning. The finisher that's going to defeat Obafemi is not going to be a cutter. It's not even going to be a springboard cutter. It's not going to be a big splash. It's going to be a super Oba motherfucker cutter. He's going to put him on the top rope, jump, and fucking hit that cutter. That is going to be the finishing move that takes him out. If not Javon, Cesar, any votes for anyone?
Only if Ego sticks around and somehow cheats his way to win it.
I don't even know if Ego could. I think after this match, it's got to be Javon, because as much as an Ego fan that I am, I don't think he can do it. I don't think he really can one-on-one. I think Javon is just such a bigger guy, a stronger guy, that he could take just about anything and everything that Ego could dish out, but still have enough in the tank to counter and then give him the fall from grace.
A year from now, it's fucking Lexus King who takes him out.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's if we're talking time, if there's time to do it, you could promote Ricky up there, like Ego. I don't know if they ever really want to give West the run. I don't know how West would do it. I mean, West did have a good match with Oba. I'm not gonna say he didn't.
It'd have to be. I think with West, it'd have to be some fuck shit outside the ring with the two guys that he has with him.
Or it's a triple threat with Javon and just West pins both of them or one of them.
What if they throw us a curveball and it's someone from TNA? Like, what if it's somebody else that's not even in NXT?
Man, look, you can always call that nigga Moose.
The Kang.
Let's be real. The Kang.
Kang.
Yeah, but he already called his shot. It'd be dope if Kang called his shot at NXT and won the fucking title. That'd be crazy.
But gentlemen, Stand and Deliver, of course, stood and delivered another amazing NXT PLE. WrestleMania. We went through 2 nights. I'm going to ask, what was your beer cheese match of WrestleMania? I will go first. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. What a fucking fantastic. I love the little facts they have in the corner, and it says Io's never lost a fucking triple threat match. Incredible. She went into this, the disrespected champion, came out of it, all the respect in the world from everybody. Again, and then on Raw, we had a surprise. I'm not going to ruin it, but my God, what a great fucking fantastic match. This is both nights. I'm saying from beer cheese from both nights. My favorite match, of course, Io Sky and still WWE Women's Champion Styx. Beer cheese match both nights.
I'm just going to go with this because me personally, I still kind of overshadowed night 2. I'm going to go with the main event of night 1. I think with the ramifications of everything, the totality of how everything went in the match, I thought it transcended the landscape of WWE. I mean, I haven't watched Raw. I've caught a few clips here and there. And we've kind of started seeing the ripple effects of what this is doing with some other talents. I'll say this. I think we saw one of the best Seth Rollins promos on Friday. Seth Rollins doesn't need a Paul Heyman, but it doesn't hurt to have a Paul Heyman in your corner. And I think this is something, I mean, we haven't got to the point where what Seth has done has gotten stale, but I think they got ahead of it. Like, I think this, putting him with Paul Heyman keeps it so that it doesn't get stale. Like, I mean, this was, we didn't know if this was just a favor. And now I will say this, I haven't watched Raw, but I have a feeling that this was more than just a favor that of Seth not taking Paul out from that I think it was a Raw or SmackDown 2 weeks ago. I think this is something that could change the landscape of WWE for the next 2 to 3 months. Now, if that's just Seth and Paul, or if there's more people that join. But I will say this. I think having Paul Heyman with Seth Rollins, I think is not a bad thing. Plus, Seth is a Triple H guy. I mean, Seth is a guy that Triple H went to fight for ever since NXT. And we've seen the potential in Seth Rollins. Like, Seth Rollins can have a match with anybody. It's just always, you always got that little bit of an injury thing in the back of our mind. But he's on a run right now, on the mic, in the ring, where it's like, this could go a year or 2 years, and it could be the best Seth Rollins that we got. And now you have, whatever you want to call him, the wise man, Paulie Dangerously, are just Paul fucking Heyman. With that guy in your corner, the sky's the limit. And I think we got on night one on Saturday the launching point of that.
Well, we have 2 triple threat matches that were beer cheese worthy in our opinions, but Julius _ Caesar, both nights of WrestleMania. What got your beer cheese?
I mean, yeah, the 2 triple threat matches were really good. Yeah, if I had to pick, like, the best match of Mania was probably the night 1 main event. It was just no, that match was pure cinema. You got 3 guys. Well, you got 2 guys, 1 old guy. All running, really, really good. Bringing the heat, fighting each other, trying to kill each other. Drew had the highlight of the weekend. Man's just bored at work, you know what I'm saying? Just living the dream.
Hold on. Don't expand. Just stick with the beer cheese match, because I have more questions.
All right. Well, the beer cheese match was definitely night 1. Yeah, it was the night 1 main event. That was probably the best match of all of the weekend. Yeah.
So my next question, we got the beer cheese match out of the way. Is the beer cheese moment of both nights? I will go first. My beer cheese moment happened early.
Mm-hmm.
And both nights said and done, I was like, you know what? The moment that sticks out, I will never forget it, because I've never seen it ever before. And it's from America's new favorite wrestler. That's right. El Grande Americano hit a 540 senton to Ray Phoenix, and the announcers were shocked. What the fuck was that? I was shocked. The crowd was shocked. And El Grande Americano captured people's hearts along with their imaginations. That was my beer cheese moment of both nights of WrestleMania, Caesar. Now, what was your beer cheese moment of Mania weekend?
I was definitely Drew taking that fucking picture. I mean, his brother was there, threw him the phone, right? Just hit Priest with some bullshit. Nigga threw up the peace sign, perfect good selfie, had Priest back there. I mean, this is all live on the fly, bro. So they had to talk about this. Live on the fly. Throw me the phone, hit me with that fuckery, and then threw the phone back and said, yo, post that shit and say bored at work, because I'm whooping this cracker's ass. Drew to go. Drew, if there, I don't know, I didn't watch the Slammies. If there's a social media icon Slammy award, it should have been Drew. It always should be Drew. Let's not forget when CM Trash fucked up himself at the Rumble. Drew was in his garage the next day, playing Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill. I prayed for times like this. Working out. Hating that cracker. Jesus Christ. Yo, Drew is the greatest of social media in WWE. Besides Naomi talking about taking ass shots from Big Jim, I digress. Drew be on TikTok. He be on Twitter, the gram. I gotta give it up to Drew. Anytime Drew getting on social media, you got my attention. That shit was great. I thoroughly loved it. I was geeking. I literally saw him do it and got on Twitter. I said, nah, bro, nah. And just screenshot, didn't even crop it. Screenshot and sent it raw to the chat. That shit said 23 seconds ago. Bored at work.
Still bored at work.
Still bored. Yeah, still. This nigga's in like the first third of a match, beating ass. Still bored at work.
So Sticks, we had 2 nights full of moments, too many to mention. But what stuck out to you as your beer cheese moment of WrestleMania weekend?
Well, I had 2 that was tied for 1. Obviously, Cesar talked about the first one, but I have Stone Cold essentially doing a hit and run, a lawsuit. This dude makes 1 lap around a 4-wheeler and can't even do a second lap. Runs into the fucking barricade.
Yep.
This fucking chick is like fucking payday. Oh, God. And the dude gets up there, starts fucking hammering Steve Weisers while fucking the other Khan brother, the WWE Khan brother, is over checking to make sure
Talking
this
to
chick
that
ain't
bitch.
got. Yeah, making sure this bitch ain't gonna file a lawsuit. And he comes over, says like 2 words, probably like, "Hey, I'm not gonna take it I'm not gonna drive the 4-wheeler," and then walks his fucking 2 fucking knee replacement ass up the ramp to fucking go transition to the next match. I thought that was a fucking moment in itself too.
What you didn't see, Sticks, was when the glass shattered, he was on the ATV. He missed the ramp.
Yeah.
They got footage of him missing the ramp. That's why it took so long to see.
That's why it took so long.
He fucking missed the ramp. He had to put it in reverse. There's a team of guys helping him move the fucking ATV so he can go back up the thing.
Yeah.
No more
That bitch is
ATV.
drunk.
Go on a scooter or some shit. You're not Kevin Owens.
It's
yeah.
probably his ATV too. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it was funny. Those are all great moments.
Drunk ass Steve
Great
Austin.
beer cheese matches. What a hell of a weekend of wrestling we just all partook in. It was great. And now we're gearing up for another Still Real After Party podcast. Get your questions in. Of course, this is the spinoff of the Still Real After Party. Go on his Instagram, leave some fuck shit questions. They're probably going to be in a hurry when it's time to answer them and barely answer your question. But you know what? Everyone gets to participate in the fun of the Still Real After Party. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Jake, for all the free funny. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. And until next time, everybody, we do what we do best here on the tripod. And we give that big ups to Stallion Pete.